What's up, y'all? Today is a very special day. It is April the 28th, 2022, and I think today is my first day I'm gonna seriously be starting this weight loss journey, like training on a plan naturally. So I went and found my calipers and my tape measure and everything that I did in school because, first off, my name's Jazz if you're new to the channel. I post lifestyle videos, so like week vlogs, trying all kinds of different products, just like the average everyday person, just showing you guys how to do things and that. But I also have a degree in kinesiology, and I've been saying I'm gonna start putting this to use now. If it's not with what you would call a W-2 9-to-5 job, I want to start implementing stuff on my channel with just related in my field, whether it's weight loss, nutrition, anything with like, you can say mental health, so like positive motivation and things like that. It's a wide variety of things, from sports, working out, and all that. So long story short, I pulled out all my stuff. I got my book here I'm gonna look through for myself, and I'm just looking through, and as soon as I open my book, like, I saw all my notes. So I'm gonna try to plan my own journey, and I really need to look back at these things. Please excuse my handwriting, but as you can see, I got 100. So if I did all this work learning and training what I can do for other people and all that, I don't want to put this on the back burner. I want to try to put this with myself, trying to test this on myself to really like see if I can train myself and do it. I know I can do it. It's just I have a problem with consistency and also sometimes motivation doing it, which I've been starting to do a lot of lately on my channel, but I fell off a little bit. I can admit it. I know I have, but I've still been kind of moving around doing stuff. But I want to take this really serious and see. I'm trying to lose, I found body fat is what I'm trying to do. So today I found out Planet Fitness actually has a membership for $1 down and then $22.99 a month, no contract, and only a $39 annual fee. Planet Fitness has its pros and cons. Some people don't like it for certain lifts you can't do, and like sometimes the noise and things like that, but I think it was pretty good. I used to have a Planet Fitness membership before, and the reason I want their, whatever their premium one is, they actually have like hydro massagers, so the massage chairs. Those really helped out, especially with my sore muscles and things. Like, I'm thinking of a lot of things I need to do. So one is burning fat. I'm trying to work on my mobility and a little bit of flexibility because I have like tight hamstrings, hip flexors, all that I really need to work on. That's just as important as losing weight. Hopefully I'm not losing you with this, but that's what's going on. So I'm trying to plan myself basically from all the stuff that I learned and really make myself an actual plan and stick to it. I'm giving myself some weeks to do this. I usually don't like recording this type of thing. You can see I look kind of serious, but God, I'm just a little tired. I'm really amped up, really trying to get into this. But I usually don't like planning these types of videos because, like I said, for me, consistency, for some reason, it's like when I announce it and do these things, it doesn't work out. I tried 2-week challenges exercising. I fell off after a week possibly. So I know this is something I'm working on internally with consistency, really. And I'm really giving myself trying to do until the summertime. And I'm also working on, as I'm doing this, I'm going to do like a complete documentary type thing for the weight loss journey that I've been doing. But I do want to film some stuff showing you guys along the way because people need to see the work you were doing as you were doing it. Of course, they're going to watch after when they see the major transformations, but I want you guys to be there with me real time. So in case somebody else is struggling with this too, they might need some help. It is a bit harder for me, especially on the nutrition side because of my allergies and stomach issues. And I know a lot of that can come with other factors, but that's something really hard for me to lose stomach fat because of my diet and, you know, my like those types of things. You know what I'm saying? Those things. But that's something I'm really working on. This morning I had my little shake here with my protein, and I got to finish that also. But I'm going to do a baseline measure with the calipers. If you guys want to see that, I'll probably input it in, and then also showing my numbers, weighing myself, all of that. So when you do this to get your body fat percentage, it's different than like a BMI and other stuff that's just estimated. And sometimes that can't help you because you may have like a lot of muscle, but it makes your weight seem like it's higher than what it is. So that's one thing I'm really targeting fat right now. And so I'm trying to work very specific. And I'm giving myself to the summertime to be able to do this. So I'm going to get ready and do these base measurements and figure out what plan of nutrition. And then I'm going to sign up for Planet Fitness. And maybe I'll just take you with me for my first day of working out. If they let me record in there, I don't know how it is, but that's what we're going with right now. I know I talked a whole lot, but I just wanted to give you guys a little background, documentary, whatever you want to call it, so I can get started with this. I'm actually really excited, and I don't even know what to do or say right now, but I just know I want to really get into this and dive in and see what it is that I need to do for myself and get started. So yeah, come with me and stay with me on this journey. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. To begin this process, I'm going to start taking my measurements. It might not be as accurate if having another person doing it if you can't reach certain spots, but if I continue to do it myself, then it would still be consistent with all my other measures. Alright y'all, so here is the damage. I did all of my measurements. Basically my BMI is a 31.39. That is not good. Over 30 is considered obese. I am obese. But you may think I don't look as obese, but I know I'm definitely overweight for sure. Right now, currently I am too embarrassed to actually show my photo. But once I slim down some, I definitely will show you guys. That's why I want to document some things now so you guys can see. Definitely not comfortable where I'm at, but that's okay because that's the point of me taking this step and initiative to, you know, improve these kinds of things like that. So I did all my measurements on my body as you saw, and I'm going to measure. I'm not sure how long I'll wait to measure. Maybe in maybe a month, I'll see. I'll try a month, make sure I'm doing everything properly and see. Later on, I'm going to need some help actually doing the 7 sites, the skin fold, which I use those calipers I showed you because there's parts on my back that I can't get. There's a thing you can do 3 sites and 7 sites. 7 site, of course, is more accurate if you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll break it down later on if you guys actually want to, you know more in depth about some of this stuff. But for moving on purposes, later when my mom gets home, she's going to help me do those measurements. She did that for me before, so that's a big help. But for now, that's what's going on today. I did some research actually, learning some things. I'll show you guys my list if you want. So here's what I'm doing now. This week I'm gonna be, well, not this week, but for my actual, journey, I'm gonna be working on strength and hypertrophy. I heard is good for me building muscle because I don't want to keep doing so much endurance to where I'm actually losing muscle. And like I'm losing fat, but I'm losing muscle as well. This right here, I'll be gaining the muscle and at the same time losing some fat, but I don't want to focus just on that because then they said I can gain fat as well. So the days I'm going to be lifting moderate to heavy, I got to decrease my carbs, increase my protein, and days I'm doing HIIT, I got to increase my carbs after the workout. And this is for my body type. I'm like a mesomorph, they say. So for my body type, I'm considered to be mesomorph, which is kind of like athletic and you can lose weight easily, which I figured I can because ectomorph, I forgot which one, ecto and endo. Either way, one of them is where you're more rounder and have more fat and it's harder for you to lose weight. I don't necessarily think it's harder for me to lose weight. It's just hard for me to get out there and do the stuff to lose weight. So that's my thing. And nutrition, which has been really hard with me because of the stuff that I got going on. So I'm really going to try to plan these foods out a little bit better. And not so much meal prep because I won't eat the food if I meal prep. I tried that plenty of times. I have to cook day by day. That's just me because I never know what I'm going to be in the mood for. And then sometimes I won't eat, which is the problem. But when I was doing those smoothies and shakes, that's what really helped me. So I'm going to get back into that as well. And just putting those out. So I made a workout that I'll show you guys when I go back upstairs because I screenshotted it on my phone. Or I'll just insert the clip so you guys can see. That's what I'm going to do today to get me started. And I also have to sign up for the Planet Fitness membership. And we're going to head over there. Maybe I can show you a couple workouts. I'm gonna see what I can film there. I'm not sure how strict they are, and I might just ask them to see if that's something they allow. I'm gonna tell them I'm a content creator and that's something that I do. So we'll see if they allow me to do that. But I also have to look up a quick little snack for me to take before I go because I'm kind of on a time crunch. I have to do a YouTube event tonight, which is live. So I gotta get ready for that, hurry up and head out of there and do that. And then I also am taking like some supplements, which I'll break down later in other videos if you guys want to see that. Sorry, I'm probably like shaking this camera. You guys can see me or not, but yeah, let me go do that real quick and then we're gonna head out and then maybe you'll see me do the workout. We'll see what happens. Is a wrap. Hold up. This area is so tight because they got so much construction going on. Alright, so I'm back to finish this last clip. The last one actually was pretty blurry when I was trying to record. And then on top of that, I didn't get separate footage. I ended up using that in my week vlog. And I kind of want to give you guys a little bit something different, so that's what happened. But yeah, the first workout, it ended up being really good. It felt good, but I actually had to rush and leave because I don't know if I said that earlier, but I had to leave for an event. I had a live YouTube event that night. And Virginia's traffic is very crazy, so I was kind of short on time and rushing. And I tried to show you guys my food, that I wanted to show you the food cooking, the after workout meal. But you can see I made some rice and string beans, and then I had some beef that I used to make what you call steak sandwiches, Philly cheesesteaks. I use some of that. I usually cook ground beef like that, either ground beef or the shredded beef. And I just eat it with like some rice and veggies. I can't eat broccoli. Normally I would do broccoli or something like that, but because of my FODMAP diet, I'm not really supposed to have broccoli. I wasn't trying to deal with any bloating or anything like that, so I just went with the string beans. The one thing working with this, you guys see that workout, you saw it in another clip too as well, but I just wanted to say that was like my first set doing it. A lot of the times, this is kind of like me getting back into the flow of the workouts and stuff. So my form sometimes might be off, but I know that second time, like one of the work exercises I was doing, I kind of did it a little bit wrong, but the next time I did it off camera, I ended up correcting it. So little things like that, when I'm working on form, I am gonna make sure I'm constantly paying attention to that. And that's something that I couldn't do as much here unless I'm like looking in the mirror, which is good. That's why it's good to do like looking in the mirror as doing the workouts and stuff, so you can actually see what you're doing. Because before I actually got this other mirror in my room, I was doing planks and stuff. I didn't realize how weak my core got. My butt was like sitting hunched up in the air when of course you're supposed to be like flat, like straight back flat. That's not how I was doing it, but sometimes you can't tell unless you're like looking in the mirror. So like little things like that, I'm gonna make sure I'm really working on my form. So sometimes you might see it incorrect in the video, but that is something that I'm gonna be working on as well. You can feel free to let me know, of course, in a nice way if you want to, but that is something I'm gonna be working on, just saying. Now I am working on this weight loss. A lot of this stuff what people may call the pandemic weight gain. We've been in this for about 2 years. It started in 2020 and it's now 2022. And I know I definitely gained some weight between that time. Normally they say a normal middle-aged person's weight gain is about, they said about 0.5 to I think 1 kilograms, which I do about, I think when I did my last BMI and the whole thing at 5-star, you know, one of those types of weighing, it does your body analysis. I think it said I gained maybe 12 pounds a year, so that's like 1 pound a month, which isn't so bad, but if we can minimize that or minimize more of the body fat rather, so not gaining body fat, I gotta look at that percentage to see if that has changed. That's what I'm really working on. Not so much the weight, because you can gain muscle and that adds weight, but you can still be really like shredded or, you know, like I mean like low body fat. So that's what I'm gonna work on, because weight gain is kind of like, the weight in pounds is kind of like a hard measurement to go by. So that's why you go by your appearance, and then if you want to get strict and measure like body fat percentages and stuff. So I know during this pandemic it's been like a rough time for people, and I think that's a tribute to other like weight gains and stuff. Of course, like high stress. For me, I know I was not sleeping, I had poor nutrition, and it's not like I was going out eating crazy bad food. Sometimes it's just not getting enough vitamins or drinking water, or, you know, just not even eating enough of the foods that I'm supposed to be eating and stuff like that. So that part is something that can really play a factor in this. But more recently, I've been really paying attention to my body and trying to transform it. I noticed without the drinking water and things like that, how my face, like the color, discoloration and stuff, trying to drink water to get my skin back healthy and bright and vibrant. You also feel better, you get more energy, all of that stuff. So I started doing that before I set this whole playlist and journey, which I was already kind of on before I started making this whole set list. And I was kind of hesitant about making it because sometimes when I do that, like I said, I don't follow through with it. But I think this is a good idea, so I can go back and look at footage and also motivate other people who might be going through this too. And then, because when I watch videos of people exercising and stuff, that makes me motivated to get out and do it as well. So sometimes when I'm feeling that way where I don't want to do it, or I'm just feeling lazy or anything, I can look back at some of these videos and some of other people's videos, and if you guys comment below encouraging me too, I can look at some of that stuff that'll make me want to go out and do it more. So I'm not sure how often I'm going to upload on this playlist, but I'm going to be doing a lot of it throughout other vlogs. You guys will definitely see that. And you kind of can let me know in this video too what kind of things you guys want to see or hear me talk about and stuff like that, because I will be paying attention to that, of course, and I post in my community tabs. So if you guys want to leave stuff down there and ideas for me, I definitely look at that, or my social medias like an Instagram, because I'm always posting stuff in my stories and all that too. You guys can always comment on that stuff and let me know what you think and ideas. But I plan on being very, very truthful with this, because in case I fall off and stuff like that, I'm just going to be honest with it. I do have a goal, but sometimes things happen, but I'm not going to try to make an excuse for it. I'm going to really try to push and do this. So with that being said, I'm still working on the plan. I didn't get to do that yesterday because I was so busy running around for it, getting ready for the event. I'm going to start making the plan, and the goal is to try to do 2 to 3 times a week, maybe 2 times at the gym, really lifting those weights. And then the other days I might do some kind of HIIT workout, the high intensity interval training, or something else just active, like how we go out to the parks and stuff like that. Just doing something to make sure I'm still moving and being active. I like doing a lot of the Bully Juice workouts online and finding other workouts from like other YouTubers and things like that. I like trying those as well, because I don't have to go to the gym every single time. But it's good to use a lot of their equipment for, like, you know, weights. And then sometimes if you want to do different cardio, because they have rowers, the bikes. I thought about seeing if they had a stair stepper, but I forgot. I'm not sure if they have that there, but that is something that I want to try, the stair stepper. I know that would be so hard to do, but it'd definitely be a good workout. So with this whole truthful and honesty thing, I want you guys to leave comments below as well. I'm going to be sharing a lot with you guys too. So just to stay motivated, you guys can leave me comments and stuff, share things with me. Because even on some of those bad days where I know I absolutely would not want to do it, like I'll start falling off. Like today is a rest day for me, but I know I'm gonna have to get back into it. I don't want to have too many rest days, because that's what happens. And I don't want to lose my momentum and intensity, because I want to keep this up, because I am trying by summertime, but I don't want to push too hard to make it harder on myself, and then I'll end up not wanting to do it at all. But that's something to find that balance, and that's why I'm going to really put in this plan and try to figure out like nutrition and all that stuff. But I'm going to be sharing more of that with you guys in this playlist, so if you guys want to see that in this series, you can let me know. Again, I can't stress that enough. I love interacting with you guys, and it helps me out a lot as well. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope that you guys felt encouraged by this video and motivated, and I definitely will be back to show you guys some more stuff. So let me know what you guys want to see, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Jam, 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 like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam.